Yeah,
Yeah,
now we are
now
live.
now it is.
Okay.
So hello people. Hi everyone. We are back with another talk show with Miss Anuradha, who is the founder and director of Good Mental Health, RCI licensed rehabilitation psychologist, a counseling psychologist, an adoption counselor, MBCT, EFT, NLP and CBT therapy practitioner, and an international radio show host. So today we are going to talk about men's mental health. So according to you, what's men's mental health? What do you understand and what do you have to say about men's mental health?
First of all, hi, thank you, Utkarsh. So, thank you for having me here. And I think it's going to be a really great show. And these talk shows have to be continued because there's a lot we need to work upon in the area
Indeed.
of mental health, right? And
Right.
as mental health really is very close to my heart, this area. So that's where I belong to. And definitely, we'll be talking upon men's mental health today, and which is our topic of the day today. So, if that you have asked me that what's men's mental health. So, when we talk
Right.
about men's mental health, it is their emotional well-being, right? It's we are talking about men's emotional state of mind, what they have, right? And there is no health without mental health. That's one thing we have to
True.
understand, right? And when we are talking about mental health, important thing for us to understand is mental health, that what it is our psychological and emotional well-being, right? So when we talk about our psychological and emotional well-being, that really has a great impact on our way, how we feel, how we think, how we behave. So these things are very linked up with our emotional state of mind. How we You might have noticed, yeah, that whenever we whatever situation we are going through, right, whatever is our mental status, that's what has a great
Yes.
impact on our feelings, right? That's
True.
how we will feel, right? Supposingly if we are in a happy mood, we are going to do all the things happily, right? If we have a bad
Correct.
mood, so what happens is that we really feel bad, and that is how we do, like that is reflected in our behavior as well. So definitely whatever we are going through, our emotional state of mind, that has a great and direct impact on how we feel, how we think, and how we behave, right? And it goes for both
Indeed.
men and women, right? So there isn't anything different for men and women in terms of mental health. Importantly, that what I would like to mention here is that everyone should take care about their mental health, and they should consider it equally as how much we care about our physical self, right? So it is that important. And
And
yes, it is. Yeah, yeah, please carry on.
and is it essential for men to be taking care of their mental health?
Absolutely. See, it is very essential for men to be taking care of their emotional concern. We all know that there is a taboo attached to it, and there is this
True.
stigma going on from ages, right? When we talk
Yes.
about when men has to really share their emotional concern or emotional side, what do happen is that they do get afraid because of what notion society has created, right? So they do
Yes.
think a
Indeed.
lot. Yeah, they do think a lot before even sharing it out their concerns, and they are scared, afraid that they might not look weak, right? So it's really essential for them to be taking care of their emotional health concerns, because this is very important. They need to prioritize themselves. It is important for every man and every individual in this world to prioritize their mental health as much we do take care of our physical health, right? So
True.
anyone's mental health concern should be the first priority. Be apart from what gender a person has, this is something that we should not look upon. Society has to
Correct.
accept that men can also be going through an emotional phase. Men too have emotions, right? We should accept this fact. This is very important for everyone to understand. So
Indeed.
if I talk about today's scenario, or nowadays what happened in our society nowadays, definitely things have been changed, and men are also coming forward for seeking help. And everything has been changed. And in this pandemic, if I talk about it, there's a lot of things that has happened, right? The whole world has really faced a lot of things, and everything has been like upside down, right? So here men also found themselves really into a situation where they feel there's something crazy going out in life, there's a pressure they felt, and they actually realized and felt the need of seeking for help. And those who really thought of taking help is somewhat, I think they prioritize their mental health, and that's what
Indeed.
they have. They surely have, got the results as well. And when people doesn't take care or prioritize their mental health, definitely they do suffer a lot in life. There's nothing they can do about it. They will definitely worsen up the situation in their life, right? So it's important for everyone to be prioritizing their mental health. And when we talk about men's mental health, definitely that should come into the picture, and society should change, and accept men to be emotional too, right? Yeah.
Legit. And as you correctly stated, that irrespective of gender, both men and women should be focusing upon their emotional well-being. It's rather important to be, and it's indeed important for every being out there to looking and taking care of themselves.
Absolutely.
Very beautifully explained what's mental health and
Thank
why is it essential. And which brings us to the next question, that why men and women are considered and looked upon to be two different identities living rather
you.
than as human beings in our society.
That's really a great question. And if I have to answer, I would like to say that men and women definitely are different. But, they definitely are different but equal. Everyone has to understand this thing. And
Yes,
when we talk about, that they too are, why they are looked upon as different entities in the society. They are different, but they are equal. That everyone has to accept, right? And there is no other thing that we can say about it, that they are not different. They definitely are different, but they are equal in terms of, nowadays if you see that people, women are also working out, women are also in the same fields where men are, right? And there, I would like to explain this through a social aspect first, right? So if we see a social aspect, if you understand that many segment of societies, I'm not talking about the whole, or like each and every segment, definitely many segments of society still consider men to be on fields and women to be doing domestic or household duties, right? And this is just a limiting belief. People, this is a stigma which is going on, and people are carrying it, or considering it in that way, right?
from the
And
ages. Yes.
exactly, from the ages, and society has even formed different set
Mhm.
of rules for men and even for women. So
Correct.
there are certain guidelines, or the things that society has formed, which through which men behave and act in a different way. And when we talk about women, they do act in a different way and behave in a different way, right? These set guidelines have been set and formed by the society. But when it comes to an individual level, what happen is that when women has to explain or express her emotional side, it is acceptable in the society. And that is being taken as, that yeah, fine, a woman is going through something and she needs some attention, or she's emotional and she needs some help. And likewise, when a man has to be expressive about their emotional concern, it is not accepted in the society. Society starts to judge the man, thinking that
Mhm.
he's too weak, or maybe how can he share his emotional concern. It's taken or considered as a taboo, right? Which
Correct.
should not happen. First of all, an emotional concern is an emotional concern, right? But society has divided this thing into men and women, as if only women has the right to be expressive, or expressing their emotional concerns, and men cannot. They are found to be a weak creature in life, right? Which is not the fact. And another aspect I would like to talk about is a home aspect, right? So through an home aspect, when we have to talk, is like many segment of the society, still consider that the men should be weak in terms of when they are expressing their when they are expressing their emotional side, and that is being taught right from the home environment, right? Men are taught to be the man of the house, right? That is how men consider or keep thinking about this notion from the childhood, that man or a boy, he's going to be the man of the house, so he's always scared of sharing any emotional concern in the society, out of the fear that he can be judged, judged by the society, judged by the peers, judged by the people around him, judged by maybe the area of work where he is working, right? And even by the immediate family as well, that how he can be emotionally expressive, how he can be emotional, right? So nowadays things have been changed, but then still there is a portion or a particular part of different segments of society which still needs to be developed. A lot of work need to be done, and definitely that society has to understand. Right now, the people who are listening to me, I would really suggest all of you to change your thought process, right? If there is a stigma, why there is a stigma? It is just an old limiting belief, right? That has been carrying, people are carrying from ages and ages. There has to be one person to stop this stigma and carry forward this in a very good direction. So here I really, really request everyone to change their thought pattern and accept men to be emotional as well. They too have feelings. They can be expressive. Everyone should take this very, very gently, calmly, and really come forward to be helping them, rather than just creating this stigma and continue thinking that how can they be expressive, how they are showing their weak part, they men are strong, they can't be emotionally expressive, right? So, and one thing is that during this pandemic, definitely, there's this crazy pressure that has been happened, and which made many men realize that that there is this emotional imbalance that they are facing, and they should really look upon for it, maybe seek for help. And many did seek help, and those who were restraining themselves was just because of they were in the fear that how they will look, they might will look weak in front of society, or maybe to the expert. When they'll go to the expert, how will the expert is going to take, right? But I would like to mention each and every man to be really prioritizing their mental health, and do not think that it is something that should be that should be taken lightly, because any emotional health concern sooner or later becomes a very big concern. And when men really takes it in a very lighter way, this becomes a problem in their later life. And it and if generally we look upon, men really has they choose very destructive coping mechanism, right? And they maybe get into drugs or indulge themselves into smoking, alcohol, and even this lead to worsen of the situation, which leads to suicides, right? So it is that serious matter everyone should consider and prioritize, right? So I would really like to end up saying that men's mental health is also important, and whatever the stigma that is attached to it, everyone should come forward and make every man feel comfortable in the society.
Hmm.
Yeah.
As you indeed correctly stated, the last point, which is the substance abuse thing, it is
Yeah.
usually seen that men are not able to acknowledge their own emotions outright and are not
Right.
able to make them reach to the right person in their life or in the surroundings. And at the same time, not only men, even the people who are living around him, they should understand and create an inclusive environment for them to be bringing out things at a very peace and very smooth level for men to be sharing their emotions and feelings heart out, and at the same time to be able to make him comfortable enough so that he can share anything at any time and feel
Yeah.
that doesn't feel hesitated at any point of his life.
So
Indeed.
this
And
all, yeah.
you elaborated
May-
every aspect very detailed and included each and every aspect very correctly. It's indeed
Yeah,
very
and
true in our society
absolutely. And this is possible when people will change their thinking. This is just a
today. Right.
belief system that is being formed. We can break it anytime. It's just we all
Anytime.
need to come forward and really take a pledge to be helping, making men to be comfortable in the society when they are expressing their emotional concerns. And
Mm,
we should create an environment that they should be expressive enough. Yeah,
correct. And not look them or judge them with
exactly.
their bias and judging eyes or their behavior, right?
Absolutely. Well said.
Yes. Which and the next thing which I would like to ask you is that what do you think is the root cause of patriarchy and stereotypes, and what could be done to eradicate it from its roots and live inclusively in our society?
Yeah, it's a very beautiful question. See, when we have to really talk about the root cause of patriarchy and stereotypes, it's just the limiting belief. Again, I'm repeating because that's the fact. It is the old limiting belief that society
Yes.
has formed. Right? There is this stigma attached. There is this taboo people are carrying through ages and ages, and which has fixed the mindset of everyone in the society, right? So many people are conditioned to think this way, right? And they cannot accept men to be expressive, which is not good, right? And that society has really created a kind of notion and made men to be feeling very exclusively or very superior, given them a pressure of thinking that they are going to be the man of house or they are the man of the house. So which is a great pressure they feel, right? So when somebody has a pressure of thinking this way, that they are somebody exclusive, right, and superior, so at that point of time they feel that this is their responsibility for not to be reflecting their emotional side. And they feel scared that what if they will if anyone would come to know that if they are going through anything, right? So this can become a matter of their shame or something. So which should not happen. Everyone has the right to be expressive, and society has to change this notion, right? and
Right.
and definitely this pressure has to be removed from their mind, and this all is possible when we all can work together to make every man feel comfortable in the society, right? And when we talk about that, how to remove this patriarchy from the society, from its root cause, it is possible through psychoeducating everyone, right? Not only the
Right.
men, but the whole society needs to be psychoeducated. There are a lot of awareness that need to be spread among the society. People need to understand that men's mental health is also important. It is somewhat very very important. And society has to understand that it is okay to be not okay. If a man is not feeling okay, it is okay to be not feeling okay, and it is also okay for to seek help. See, when somebody is going through an emotional concern, first thing they have to understand is to accept their situation. The
Mm,
half of the work is done when they accept the situation and when they understand that this is what they are going through, or this is what is happening in their life. So once they accept, and then when they show a little courage to seek help, that's when their problems can be resolved. That's when they can actually resolve their emotional health concern. So the day when they start to think upon seeking help, that's when the whole journey of their mental health will completely change. And when they will seek some guidance or help from an expert, that's what will change their life. Definitely the experts are going to help them find out the area, the root cause, what has been hampering into anyone's life. So once that has been detected through there, the whole treatment or intervention starts, right? And definitely the
indeed.
help is provided. So there is no need to be silently tolerating anything, any emotional concern. Every man should be vocal about or expressive about their emotional health concern, and definitely look forward for seeking help. Yeah.
Indeed. And to this point, I would like to add on here that health is everyone's crucial aspect in their lives, right? Whether it be men and women, and it's not only their individual importance to be taken care of, even the surroundings. Because after all, we being social creatures, it's not that the whole world is just being running because of one human being, right? And that is
Right.
either men or women, both inclusively are living together. So creating a very well defined place for both of them to be expressive about their emotions and feelings, and even making a space where they can easily come forward, and if they are going through some emotional health concern, they can seek for professional help, and rather
Right.
than make looking them at a very disgraceful, or looking and understanding them to be at a down level, and not able to acknowledge their feelings, right? is
Right.
it's not important, it's not actually crucial for society to be doing this, right? After all, they are
Right.
also living, and it's we all are human beings. At any point of time, we can go to any emotion and feelings and any concern, so uplift
Absolutely.
them
And
and
prioritizing is important.
prioritize and make them feel ease and it's smooth to go to a professional level and seek for professional help if they feel to, rather
Absolutely.
than bringing them down.
Right. 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 Hmm.
And at the same time, the another thing which is very much considered to be prevailing in our society is that men are considered to be non-emotional beings and women emotional. Why so?
Yeah. Again, I would say that it is a subject, which is very tabooed. Yeah.
Right.
And where men are considered to be non-emotional being, and women considered and accepted as emotional beings, right? So it's been going on since ages, and people have been tabooed with this thing that, yeah, men are not acceptable when they are showing their emotional concerns, and women are easily accepted. And this all starts from the upbringing of everyone, right? This is what the society has been conditioned, right? And if I have to tell you something, that let me take an example here, right? From the home environment, let's start from the immediate environment of our home. You
Right.
might have experienced when you were a child, right? At that point of time when there happened something, if somebody has a sibling, a boy and a girl child, right? So at the point of time when they are playing, right, if a boy child cries for certain reasons, for any reason, suddenly the parents come to ease the child, the boy child, saying that, why are you crying? You are a boy.
Mm.
Girls do cry. You can't cry like a girl, right? So what the parents have done here, so they actually have shaped the child's mind. Fine. Which is really a wrong thing to be done. And definitely they are also being conditioned in a way. That's how parents take and do in a certain way with any child, right? So here the child, the shape of mind is sorry, the mind is being shaped by how the parent have introduced him this difference, that only girls do cry and not boys, right? Boys can't be crying, they can't be weak. And that is the notion, that's what they continue in their life. Then society also plays its roles in it, right? So society also really inform the person that, you're a man, you can't be weak, and you can't show your emotional side, you can't be expressive, right? And that is how men are being taught from the early ages, by direct parenting or by the society. So this is the thing that builds up the builds up the emotional concern in them, and that's what they can't understand, that how to deal with it. And this is something which doesn't leave any space for men to be expressive in our society, right? But practically the emotions are equal, be it men or women, right? The first thing is we should be looking upon to anyone's emotional concern, leaving apart the gender, right? The important
Huh.
thing is that if somebody is going through something and that is hampering their day to day life, that's what need to be fixed, and that need attention. You can't just ignore, you can't just here label the person as men or women. Here society need to understand, and even parents need to understand that how they they are shaping the young minds of the children, right? So we really have to work upon it hard, and everyone can change this notion right from the home environment, and by just becoming and one person to becoming forward in the society for getting this difference. If we'll continue to talk about it, and we'll spread general awareness, that's when society can understand that this is something that needs to be changed, right?
Indeed, indeed. And you actually very truly explained the कंडीशन विच एट आवर होम्स पेरेंट्स डू विद देयर चिल्ड्रन राइट वो ये समझते हैं कि उन्होंने भी यही अपने बचपन में अपने चाइल्डहुड में यही सारी चीजें एक्सपीरियंस करी है राइट सो दे फाइंड इट वेरी ट्रू कि इज लेजिट फॉर टू बी taking forward those things and teaching their children out when they'll be nourishing them right but it's not important to keep these
Right.
are all things which have no like no proper build up thing that is being created. It's just being carried out from ancestors' time, from ages. That is why every parent, and every being that becomes parent, they just teach their children without thinking and without giving a second thought. Is this true enough to be teaching them at this age and molding them in such a way? Because आप उस टाइम तो आप उन बच्चों को आप चीजें बता दोगे, but later on it can
Right.
hamper their lives, their circumstances and their conditions which they'll be going through in the world when they'll be stepping out of the homes, right? And you
Right.
never know, anything can end at any time can happen in anybody's life, right? It's important to be making them understand about every aspect detailed wise, and for the major aspect that starts is acknowledging one's own emotions and feelings out, which you correctly
Absolutely.
explained that rather than making them feel that and making them understand that you are a boy child, you are a male person, you should not express, you should be including your emotions in your own self. No,
No,
he
that's not
is
correct.
at the end a human being, right? And
Right.
human beings are consecutive of and are made of emotions. So
Absolutely.
emotions should be acknowledged, should be allowed. That not only women, even men should be freely feeling confidence and not hesitating to even express and share out their emotions out in the surroundings, in the public, or in the environment which he is living in.
Absolutely. Well said.
And which I believe the next thing and the next question which I'll be asking you is um, during this pandemic time of last 2 years, the whole world had seen the devastating thing which has happened with everybody, right? In every aspect of life, and not only personal, professional too. Give me a second, please. So they have they have experienced their life like getting apart, right? Many families, many people, individual beings who are living individually too. At the same time, both women and men have seen the rise in their emotional concerns to be rising like anything, right? And even our mental health community knows that very well, that um, how and why things are developing so much, right? So like what all emotional concerns you handle as a professional and in these last 2 years, and what are the common problems that came uh, to you, and especially in regard to men.
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, during this pandemic, I came across with wide range of cases, right? But if I have to talk about men's mental health, definitely I handled anxiety cases a lot where there were a lot of panic things, right? And cases of depression and a negative thought pattern. That's what I have handled mostly in men, right? And sometimes actually men do get confused that they know that there is a need to be seeking help, right? But they out of the fear that from where to start and how the society is going to take and maybe how their family is going to take this as, right? So that's what they've been facing and they've been struggling with, right? And there were few people who restrained themselves from seeking help, considering that this is a matter of showing the sign of weakness, which is not the fact. And there were many who came forward and thinking and prioritizing their mental health. They felt the pressure, they realized that there is a need, right? And that need to be addressed, right? So they came forward prioritizing their mental health, breaking the stigma from the society, which is really bravo, right? And they did they definitely do come forward looking and seeking for help, which actually changed their entire life. That's what was very important for us to understand, that prioritizing your mental health is as important as your physical health. It is just similar to when you go to a maybe to a general physician when you have flu, when you have cough, when you have fever, right? So that's when, if you can seek help, so why not to be prioritizing your mental health? Generally people do brush their mental health concerns under the carpet out of the fear. So during this pandemic, I definitely have handled cases of men going through anxiety, depression, and the negative thought pattern. And this is really commendable that they felt and realized the need. Pandemic has really created that kind of a pressure. I don't know, and definitely we all know that what the situation, what the world was going through. It was a very devastating situation. Everyone was in fear, in doubt, losing their loved ones and people around, which was really, really creating a lot of panic situation around us, right? So at that time, prioritizing your mental health was very important for everyone. So definitely this is all what in men I did experience and handle. And I would like, definitely right now, the people or whosoever are looking or listening to our talk show, I would like to recommend that prioritize your mental health before it get worsen up, right? Any situation can lead to something very worse, right? So start the intervention from the very beginning so that you don't have to face the ugly phase, right? It is that important. And taking care of your well being should be everyone's first priority. That's what I always inform each of my clients as well. And there should be no second thought when it comes to mental health. Any emotional health concern should be prioritized and looked upon. Yeah.
Correct, exactly. And at the same time, due to this pandemic of in the last 2 years, everybody, whether it be men and women, are enclosed in around the four walls, right? So the
Yeah.
major thing that is going on are the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions which they are developing in their mind and which they are feeling by their heart, right? So and they are not able to find anybody to talk about it, to express their emotions or feelings out, or just to
Yeah.
even tell them normally, right? And even
Hmm.
sometimes they feel hesitate to share to their close ones too, that how they'll be looking at them. So if rather than just keep building them in one's own mind and heart, it's better to come out and go
Right.
and seek for professional help. And being it online at this point of time, this is better that they, being at their comfort zone in their own rooms, they can just through any telephonic conversation, through any
Hmm.
telephonic consultation, they can directly go and seek the professional aid and support which they look for. And we as in our mental health community, we as professionals are there to help them out at any point of time at any level. So
Absolutely.
yeah, we should feel and especially men should feel confident enough to come out and express their emotions out, because it can turn into any outburst. So it's rather
Absolutely.
turning and leading to it, just make stop at correct time and resolved it.
Yeah.
And which brings us to the last section of today's so lovely conversation that we are having on men's mental health. And I believe every person who is listening to us, especially men who are listening to us right now, they would be really eagerly waiting for this to listen to and implement in their lives. That what recommendations would you like to give to every viewer who is listening to us to maintain good mental health in their lives?
Okay, so that's a beautiful question because that's somewhat I enjoy doing, recommending people for prioritizing their mental health and for how they can maintain their good mental health. And before I should start sharing my recommendations, I would like to inform everyone that since Good Mental Health is a platform, right, which is an online and which gives and provides services to people, from across the globe. So when anyone is going through any emotional health concern, it is easier for you to be approaching an online platform where you can really get the complete aid, right? Be it a counseling service, a therapeutic session, or number of other things or services that any online platform does provide, like, right? And Good Mental Health really is working on providing online services to everyone. So when I have to start sharing my recommendation here, that how you can really be mentally healthy, and you know how you can maintain your good mental health. So definitely that you can do by prioritizing yourself, by maintaining a healthy lifestyle. It's important, very very important for each one of us to be prioritizing our healthy lifestyle. See, we all generally get into the habits very easily, right, in life,
Hmm.
be it a good habit or a bad habit. So generally people do get attracted more towards the the negative things first, fine. So understanding and prioritizing to be maintaining good habits and healthy habits in our life is important and anyone's utmost responsibility, right? So my first recommendation here is prioritize yourself by maintaining a healthy lifestyle with eating healthy. That's the first number one thing, right? So you really need to fuel your body with a healthy amount of nutrients. Prioritize to eat healthy and fuel your body with something good that can give you a good mental health, a good physical health, and you should cut down the the things like maybe you can say which is not healthy, right? A frozen food, a junk food, and things like that. Always focus on to have the fresh things in life, fresh food in life. That's what will maintain your good mental health too. And not only the it is going to help you to give a good physical health, it does give you a good mental health as well. So prioritize yourself to eat healthy. That's a number one recommendation. And second is exercising. Exercising is really really very important for each one of us to be doing in life, because if you don't know that exercise help us generate happy chemicals in our brain, right? It helps
Hmm.
us
Right.
completely change our mood just in seconds, right? If we start to exercise
Happy
how we
hormones.
exactly it does produce, right? So if you might have noticed that when you go out for a walk, right, or if you do a little bit of exercise at home or maybe in gym or anywhere, right, you start to feel happy. So how does it happen? Because it completely changes your situation. It just starts to build up happy chemicals in your brain and you feel happy, right? So it's important for everyone, each one of us, to be really really focusing on exercising at least once a day, right? And find some time. I'm not asking you to do a very big or a heavy cardio exercise, but definitely focus on doing a 5 to 10 minutes exercise, maybe a short walk around your home, right? Maybe in the garden or maybe the nearby park. This is going to give you great amount of happiness in your life, and this is going to maintain good mental health, right? And my another recommendation would be taking a break. See, we all are so busy in our life doing this, that, or I don't know what else. Everyone is indulged in something. be it parents, be it students, be it people who are elderly. Everyone is really, really working out hard in their life. And I'm not only talking about the that they all are physically involved in something, but mentally as well. If you see that what time is going on in life these days, what the pandemic is showing up, it is creating a lot of pressure in our mind, right? If you know one thing, that human brain is like a machine that never stops working, right? It continuously keep on thinking, it keeps on working, right? So it needs to be calmed down. It We need to take a break from our life so that we can relax our mind too, right? So taking a break is that important for making ourselves happy, making ourselves feel calm, making ourselves get rejuvenated. It's important for us to take a break in life, right? So my next recommendation would be venting out. See, when we are going through any emotional health concern, if anyone is really getting a negative thought pattern or feeling really not happy in life, that's when they need to vent out their emotions to someone they trust, someone they feel safe with, so that when you share out your emotional health concern with somebody, half of your work is done, right? But let me tell you one thing here, that what happens is that whenever we are venting out things, if it is not helping or resolving our issues, and it is number of days, and from days to it has converted to weeks, and from weeks to it is taking the length of time as months, that's when you really need to seek help. Fine, it is important. Venting out is great way to resolve our emotional health concerns, but when to a certain extent you have done every possible thing but it is not helping you out, that's when you need an expert's advice, right? That's when you need some professional help, right? So this is my another recommendation. And next would be grateful in life. See, this is my very favorite, close to heart. Anything you do in life, it's important for you to be very grateful. Grateful of what you have in life, and whatever things you are happy about, you feel like to be grateful about, right? So right now I'm grateful about my audience to be here listening to me. And right now I'm really grateful that that we have organized this show. We are talking about mental health. This is somewhat is going to give something to the community, and I am grateful about it, right? To you, to the community, to everyone, right? And to God, especially to God, because that is what that he is this ultimate and supreme power, will help everything to be possibly happen in life. So I am grateful to God for who I am today. And this is how you should be grateful to God for everything you have in life, be it you're alive, you have food to eat, you have water to drink, you have shelter to live in, and be grateful of all the things that comes to your mind. That is how you will increase the chances of paying your gratitude more and more, right? And my next recommendation would be sleep well. So now here, I would like to tell you that a well-rested person is always a sound person, is always a very happy person, is always very productive person, right? If supposingly if one night's sleep is being disturbed, how you're going to feel the next morning. It definitely is going to be very tough for you to get up, to do your work, and to be doing anything in life. You will feel, you won't feel like to do anything. You won't be productive as well. So resting is that important. You should take an at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep. It is important, and it is really mandatory for a good mental health, right? And next thing is communicate. See, communication is that important for each one of us, that if anything we have to, share about, let the other person understand. So that's when the communication plays role, right? Here also in this show, I'm trying to communicate with my audience to make them understand that, men's mental health is important, and break this stigma and accept every men's emotional health concern equally as women, right? So this is my way. I'm communicating with you, right? And you all are understanding things. So communication is that important, right? Sometimes when you feel that there is something which is not going appropriate in your life, maybe it is with your partner, maybe it is with your siblings, your parents, your people around you, maybe co-workers or anyone. So communication is the key to be making things easier in life, right? So to have a good mental health, it is important for you to communicate with people, right? And next, very important thing is stay close to nature. So this is very important recommendation, because that's what I also do follow. Staying close to nature, what does it give? It helps us feel positive. It fills us with positivity, because nature absorbs our negativity. So whenever you are in nearby parks, or maybe in the plantation, in the greenery, in the environment which is full of nature, that's what will make you happy. Instantly it will just quickly elevate your mood from a maybe negative or a sad to a happy mood. So that's what we all look for. So stay in the lap of nature. This is going to give you a lot of happiness, right? And next, my favorite and the last recommendation which I would like to share on this talk show is stay with positive people. This is so very important for each one of you to understand, right? Be it men or women. I mean, apart from gender, it is important for you to understand that if you're looking out for staying happy in life, it's important for you to be prioritizing your mental health by staying with people who are positive, the people who appreciate you, people who are kind, people who really really encourage you, brings out the best in you, who allows you to grow in life, who allows you to shine in life. Do not stay with people who suck your mind and who doesn't let you grow in life. You have to be only with people who are positive in life. So this is my recommendation here at the moment. I hope you all really enjoyed each and everything that which I shared with you. So thank you for listening.
Indeed, with like these are the wonderful recommendations which you told and which you spoke about. And I believe every person who is listening to us, irrespective of gender, are going to apply them in their lives and live their life healthily and happily. At the same time, I would like to tell every person who is listening to us that at any point of time, being at any corner of the world, if you want to seek for and avail any mental health aid and support, you can contact us on our official website www.goodmentalhealth.in and book your session and appointment with us. At the same time, this conversation is going to be uploaded on our GMH and MHS official profiles too. So you can tune in there too and watch uh, and listen to us again on every aspect of men's mental health and watch it as well. And till then, you can stay updated with our Good Mental Health and Mental Health Squad official provides for more of such information on upcoming insightful and meaningful talks, shows, and conversations which we are going to have very soon and are coming up with. So till then, I would like to say heartiest thank you to Miss Anuradha for being with us in our talk show today. And you actually talked about every aspect from its roots, from its minute details to the bigger aspect of it, which is actually should be brought upon in the mainstream because it's very much important, especially at this age of our life, in this era of this world in which we are living in, you, me, everyone present out in this world. We should be prioritizing our mental well-being and emotional well-being together to bring out every aspect of wellness and health to be for rising into place and living a healthy life throughout, irrespective of gender indeed, because after all we are
Absolutely.
human beings and live
That's
inclusively. So really heartfelt thank you for being here with us and speaking and telling every aspect so beautifully and so precisely to everyone who is listening to us, including me. I actually got
yeah.
a very great
I would
insight on every aspect.
Great. So I would like to pay my deepest gratitude to you first, because it has been possible that we both have really bring this out together, and I'm sure that many aspects have been covered that really has to come in the mainstream. So thank you, thank you, thank you very much. So it's a great show, and I'm sure people are going to love it. And
Indeed,
definitely we'll
indeed.
come again with a great more ideas. So if people who are listening would want to have another things we would talk about, definitely you can just write a comment, and let us know
Yes,
that what next you want.
indeed it is. You can write down in a comment box too, and we
Yeah,
would definitely be having those conversations in our upcoming talk shows. Till then, we
absolutely.
both are signing off from this conversation, from this talk show right now, and we'll be catching up everybody who's listening to us very, very soon. And
Yeah,
take care, everyone. God bless you and have blissful days in your life till we meet again. And thank you
yeah.
so, so very much from the heart, Miss Anuradha, for being there with us today.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And stay blessed, everyone who are all are watching. And we are going to catch up next time. Thank you so much. We are signing off. So thanks for
Yes.
watching us.
See you.
Yeah. See
Take
you.
care, everyone.
Yeah.